Alright, now we're gonna get to the really good stuff from Gumball Season 6. All in all, the season has been hit or miss so far, but I can guarantee you that this one is a certified hit. Today's episode is The Faith. I've alluded to this episode's quality in my other videos, but admittedly, I was a little too vague for my own good. To put it briefly, imagine my praise for the transformation in that particular review and apply it 20 times over for this episode. Why do I hold it in such high regard? Allow me to show you. A seemingly unassuming day in Elmore takes a very strange twist as various objects slowly lose their color. From a box of cereal, to cars, to even the townspeople.
Yeah, well at least I'm not eating kitty litter.
Huh? Ew! Mom! I got confused, okay? Everything was in black and white at the supermarket. I chose that one because I like the picture.
It literally says non-clumping on the box.
You know, Nicole, you and Gumball can get some use out of that cat litter. If you know what I mean.
I'll take care of this. Okay, dark gray car, move forward. Not you. Light gray. Reverse. Reverse. Medium gray. Move forward. Somebody do something.
That's one way to get out of gridlock. Gumball and Darwin head out to get to the bottom of this phenomenon. The monochromatic menace's mayhem mars the masses with madness and misery, and the effect is as swift as it is devastating.
Excited for our blind date and first kiss. I'll be the one wearing gray. Huh? Eh.
Now we know Rocky's never gonna get boned. Poor dude. He could always try Tinder. Or Brazzers. Whatever floats his boat.
I don't have to spend my life supporting this team anymore. Now I can finally dedicate my time to my real passion, close-up magic.
Then I can get back to the greatest pastime of all, embroidery.
Magic.
Embroidery.
Magic.
Embroidery.
I'll take neither, thanks. A little further into town, the brothers come across the hobo. According to him, the person who usually volunteers to clean things up has given up altogether, sending everything into a downward spiral. When they later find Corn on the Cob Guy, or Jeff Benson as he's called, running for his life, he tells a similar story.
That nice boy who did the recycling is giving up.
Wait, has what?
He's given up.
So things are much worse than they seem. Much worse. That can't be good.
I got it!
Of course, the sewers! Good idea! You meant to use the cover as a shade, didn't you? Yeah, that's what you meant.
Can I just take a moment to talk about the setup? I absolutely love it. If I had to determine one consistent aspect that the best Gumball episodes share, it's the setup. And I'm not just referring to the different story arcs in the show, although they too are exceptional. I love how the episode gradually escalates the tension with each successive scenario. It adds potency to the feeling of dread and a little bit of mystery as to what's going on, and the outstanding audio-visual design helps foster this atmosphere. But since this is Gumball we're talking about, that part's a given by this point. At the local park, things aren't faring any better.
I'm sorry, kid, but you can't go this way.
Why?
The kid who used to feed the ducks has stopped.
So?
So?
Okay, that got dark very fast. One of the police officers tells the boys a similar tale as the last one's.
I guess we'll go via the old folks' home then.
I wouldn't.
Why?
The kid who used to run the bingo has stopped doing it.
Mayday! We need backup! They're coming through the gosh darn walls!
There seems to be a pattern here. Anyone else notice it? What could it be? Whatever it is, we will find out in a few seconds. Now then, all these stories so far seem to be following a pattern, but before the brothers can proceed, they're ambushed by a group of rogue Boy Scouts.
When the leader left, we found his stash of badges. We have all the badges now.
Aren't you supposed to earn them by actually learning the skills?
Like, technically, yeah.
So did you technically learn how to tie knots?
What are you little punks doing? Learning how to tie a knot is a Boy Scout essential. And I'm not talking out of my ass. I used to be a Boy Scout myself, so I know what I'm saying. After that minor inconvenience, Gumball and Darwin encounter a twilight zone of some persuasion, which upon mere entry causes a person to feel unrelenting despair.
What's the point, Darwin? We'll never figure out what's going on.
What am I talking about? There's no reason we wouldn't.
Okay.
The root of the problem is none other than Alan. Really? Was anyone surprised? The dude's the only one in this shithole of a town with a decent bone in his body. Or helium molecule? I'm not well versed in my balloon anatomy, okay? Cut me some slack. Apparently, Alan's faithlessness was so strong that it manifested itself into the darkness that now has a firm grasp on Elmore. It isn't helped by Gumball still hating his guts.
In spite of all the effort I've made to be friends, he still can't look me in the eye.
That's not true. Yes, Alan, we are friends.
There you go. Good job. Give him a good squeeze. That's right. Can you feel the love?
No. That's too much love.
To help restore Alan's faith in the world, the brothers break into one of the best songs in the series, Life Ain't Perfect.
Because there's war and fighting and the bad guy often wins, so you have to find some comfort in the smallest little things. They're shouting and they're stealing, there are mortgages to pay, but that's a grown-up thing and you are still a kid today.
It is so damn good. The lyricism, the composition, the performances of Nick Cantu, Christian J. Simon, and Hugo Harold Harrison, they all come together perfectly.
And yes, the more you work on it, the worse it seems to get.
Looking at the news can make you break out in the sweat.
That's the way life is, so you gotta deal with it. There's not much else to say right now to lift your spirit.
My favorite aspect of this song is its multi-layered tone. It's humorous, cynical, and uplifting all at once, and it stays coherent through and through.
So keep following the light, no matter how much your heart aches. 'Cause this sad old world will need your hope to fix it when it breaks.
The message isn't muddied, and in fact, it couldn't have come off any clearer if the song were constructed any differently. Oh, and of course, the music and the animation complement each other. Thanks to Gumball and Darwin's serenade, Alan is restored to his good old self, as is Elmore. And this just might be the start of a beautiful friendship.
Thank you, Gumball. I guess this makes us friends now.
What? No.
Huh.
All right, maybe a little.
Baby steps perhaps. Now that's some damn good Gumball. A highlight of the season and the series. Starting with the second season, the amazing world of Gumball has taken a more jaded and cynical tone, using its colorful and expressive front to disguise said tone. Ben and his crew have used this contrast as a vector to lampoon and mock articles of everyday life and entertainment. And these commentaries become more potent because of this contrast. For the most part, this has worked in favor of the show, but it has fallen flat on its face, especially as of late, by virtue of the cynicism coming so far and the commentary being so heavy-handed. The faith lives and breathes by Gumball's foundation while also subverting it. It understands that the show was cynical, it understands the show's awareness of real-world matters and its impulse to commentate on them. And this cynicism and self-awareness are the backbone behind the episode's narrative and humor. It's part and parcel for Gumball, but the thing is, it doesn't just end there. The faith takes it one step further. Instead of just calling it a day with its cynicism and self-awareness, the episode employs these traits as part of its commentary. And even better, the commentary is a welcome breath of fresh air. One reason is because it's not exclusively political. It can be applied to a political context, okay, but it's universal in its application. Another reason is because it takes one of Gumball's cornerstones, its cynical outlook, and turns it on its head. As embittered as the show comes across at times, it does harbor even a sliver of optimism. The actual message that the faith advocates for is a very timely one, more than any other commentary that the show has recently spouted. The world is far from perfect. At this rate, it's unlikely that it ever will be. There will be downfalls. There will be bumps on the road. There will be pain. There will be sorrow. There will be times where giving up is the only sensible option. But it should not stop us from striving day in and day out. And it takes the consistent efforts of every man and woman to pave the way. And through it all, the world remains beautiful because of those who see that beauty and bring it out to bloom. This message and the one from the transformation are some of the better examples of the show's commentary in some time. These are messages that embellish the good while still recognizing the bad without making any bones about it, impact people the right way, and don't just shoot for the lowest common denominator or are motivated by politics alone. I enjoy seeing timely material like that, and it's what made the commentary in episodes from previous seasons so resonant. It's a direction that the show should have stuck with from the start if the writers were so adamant about it. But alas, that will forever be wishful thinking. And boy, do I have a mouthful to say about that. The Faith is an easy 5 out of 5 for its great humor, great writing, wonderful musical number, and impeccable thematic structure. As an added bonus, it rectified the slight that the Vision was guilty of. Depicting Alan as a wannabe dictator might have been funny for the moment, but not really that good in a long-term standpoint. So thank God for that, along with the other amazing qualities of this episode. The Faith is a must-watch for any Gumball fan and a good recommendation for non-Gumball fans. Watch it and enjoy it as I did. Next time on this channel, we'll be looking at a particularly despised episode that I had no issue with. What episode is it? You're gonna have to sit tight and wait. Until then, I'm the one and only CR Martin, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.